Greetings, beautiful people. All right, so do you notice how, this breatharian thing, this is how I recommend everybody to, first of all, it's always been told to lose your mind, you know what I mean? But here I believe in this 3D realm of reality that we're in, we need to use our mind a little bit, okay? And think outside the box, out of the norm, out of what we're programmed and conditioned to think. And here's the thing. You notice how people say spring cleaning? Okay, spring cleaning. But why does this happen? Because, see, there's certain things that happen during spring, like allergy season, okay? When you have allergies, okay? Now, what's the first thing we do when we have allergies? We get medication to suppress these symptoms. When in reality, here's the thing. See, our body, nature, is always trying to go back to its perfect state, homeostasis, in its most natural form. Nature always wins, okay? Now, here's what happens. When we have allergies, we look at this as a bad thing. First of all, spring is a beautiful season. So people now dread when spring comes because they say that, oh, it's allergy season and the pollen and all this. But here's the thing. When your body has a fever, okay, it's trying to fight off an infection. It's trying to fight off a disease. All right, spring cleaning, the pollen. Did anybody ever stop to think that this happens because your body's trying to detox its nasal cavity? See, we're all breatharians, okay? We're all breatharians. That's why I think this is a new fad. It's like, you know, it's the reason why, all right, people are feeling tired and all washed up and everything. Because, see, it's like me telling you to take all these nutrients, but if your intestines are dirty, are you really going to absorb all those minerals and all the nutrients from the foods that I'm going to tell you to eat? No. See, you have to clean your system first before you can absorb anything. Because if not, what happens? The parasites will eat up all the food for you. It'll break all the food that you're not even supposed to be putting in your body. Thank goodness for the parasites at that moment, because if not, you wouldn't even be able to digest that food. All right? But here's the bad part, is that it's breaking the food down for you, but it's also taking all the nutrients. So you're still wasting energy digesting to some extent, because you're still digesting the food, but you're getting no nutrients out of it. So that's one reason why people feel washed up and all fucked up. All right. Now, when you eat food, you're supposed to get energy from the food, but we're eating so much garbage that we actually end up feeling the adverse effects, which is the itis, we call it. And that's why we get tired. And we end up putting excess weight and pounds around our midsection, fucking up our hormone levels, which is one of the most important things for a man or a woman, is to have balanced hormones, okay? Now, when you have imbalanced hormones, what ends up happening too, you start growing hair in different places. Like, guys start growing hair in their ears, you know, their nose hair start getting all crazy and shit. You start growing hair in your back. The women start growing hair in different places in their face. You know what I mean? Like we don't really think about these things. But when we have balanced hormones, this is another important thing. Now, the hairs on our nose are used as filters. Our nose already are a giant filter, of a giant filtration system. Okay, so with that being said, here's what happens though. We start growing all these hairs. We start taking these hairs out. But our body is designed in a way to keep us adapted to the environments that we're in. So the more toxic the environment is, the more our body is going to form itself to adapt to the environment. Okay, so here's an example. The more toxic the environments are, okay, the more nose hairs you're going to grow. All right. And this goes into, for example, when you stress, okay, because here's the thing. People talk about, everything's about breatharian because chewing is stress. All right. See, there's different types of stress. All right. That if I go to the gym, okay, I'm putting my body under a stress, but it's a good stress. I'm actually making my body stronger. Plants are meant to be stressed out so that they can grow bigger and stronger. Okay, now there's the type of stress that is the worry stress about bills and you know, stupid shit that's it's unnatural. There's a natural way to be stressed and then an unnatural way to be stressed. When you're stressed out in a way where, you know, I gotta pay bills, I gotta do all that, that's an unnatural stress. A stress where you're gonna, you know, get up and physically put your body under some type of stress, that's a good stress. Okay, that's a good stress. That's actually something that's good. Like chewing is not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's just that all digestion starts in the mouth. All right, we have to make our jaws stronger. Okay, because this is actually very, very important. Okay, see, you have your mouth is designed to eat fruits. It's not designed to chew meat though. I can tell you that much. It's designed to chew fruits, which is why we have our teeth. They're not just a design there to you know. Everything has a purpose, okay? Now, it's how we utilize it, okay? So here's the thing. Breatharianism, okay? You could do all the breathing techniques, all the breathing exercises you want. If your nasal cavity is all fucked up, okay? What prana and chi can you really take in to activate your brain and to activate your third eye? Because if you think about it, your breath is you. You are respiration, the spirit, respiration. Okay, that's what you are. Okay, but you see, the actions and decisions you take, okay, is why you are suppressed. You only do it yourself. If you're eating garbage, you create mucus in your system, okay, which is why when you detox, do you notice how black plaque comes out of your ass when you're cleansing, right? It doesn't feel good when you're sitting there and you're shitting your brains out. It doesn't feel good when you have a fever. It doesn't feel good when allergy seasons come, but these are all natural symptoms of your body trying to go back to homeostasis. Okay, so the first thing we do is we take a pill to suppress the fever when the fever is there to kill off the invasion of any disease that it has. The allergy season, spring cleaning, is not us spring cleaning outside of ourselves. It's literally our body cleansing itself out. And what do? We take a pill to stop the process. Okay, so there's things like yoga poses, okay, that will actually flush out and cleanse your nasal cavity out. Study and read up on the nasal cavity. Like the forward bend on the yoga poses is actually designed to put your body in a stressful position, but it's also designed to move shit around. Your lymphatic system, okay, has no pump. So you need to move around to get it moving, okay? Why do you think spicy food makes your nose drip and your eyes tear? It's actually flushing and cleansing you out, okay? Like, if you really, like, the magic thing here is to literally take your own urine and put it up your nose and cleanse your nose with your own urine, because it's the only, it's about as much, it's the most sterile liquid you could possibly have. Is if you putting that up your nose, maybe put a couple drops of the aged shit in it, of the aged urine in it, because it's pure ammonia. All right, those nasal sprays will actually make your nasal cavity a lot more unhealthy and a lot worse condition because it dries you out. See, the winter dries out your nasal cavity. Why do you think when you sit in a sauna you sweat, but you also detox? You can actually clear your nasal cavities in a sauna, in like humid. And listen, these are all acidic environments. So you need the acidic environments to go back to homeostasis, okay? Because here's the thing. If you are, for example, trying to detox, okay, you have to, first of all, when you're doing breathing techniques, the point of the breathing techniques is to alkalize your body, right? Why do you think when you sleep, okay, your mouth is always is closed unless you snore or whatnot? But think about this. You wake up in the morning and you have bad breath, right? You have bad breath. It smells bad. But also what you eat affects that big time, because see, when your mouth is closed all night, it's collecting bacteria. What do you think is happening if you're not breathing properly and your nose is not filtering properly, right? It ends up creating the bacteria there. Okay, which is why you feel messed up. You don't feel too good. Sorry about the sun glare. It actually is a beautiful thing. But we have to start to really learn to learn your body. Because here's the thing. A lot of people want to make this so difficult, like where you start to look at all these long words and you get turned off. Just look at diagrams of everything from your body. Look at the nasal cavity. Look at your digestive system, your lymphatic system. And why don't you just start to trace all, because you're nothing but a big bag of pipes. Trace all these pipes. Get to know where these pipes connect to. One pipe system connects to something, and then you can start to see how you can literally become your own mechanic. Okay? But allergies and stuff like that, yeah, see, the reason why we're not really full of life is because we're not letting the life in. And the life, when you come into this world, you get that inhale. And then when you die, if you die peacefully, you let that out breath, right? So this in and out, okay? If this is blocked, you're not going to have any chi, no prana, no life, because you're not letting the air in. I don't care how many breathing techniques you do. Okay? It's just like me telling you, yeah, eat all these nutrients. If your body's dirty, you're not absorbing no nutrients. You're not going to absorb any nutrients. So this new breatharian thing, because look at what happens here. Oh yeah, now they're meat eating. So we have veganism. We have vegetarianism. Now we have breatharianism. Okay? It's just another ism. M. Okay? Now, think about this carefully. Okay? You are the breath. You are the breath. Why are you blocked? It's because you have just learn how to detox and unblock these blockages physically, so that you can now energetically unblock yourself. Because a lot of people want to do meditation, and here's the thing, a lot of it is mental too. If you really look at this, all right, how many people literally meditate and really focus on the breath, really cleansing out, not just to get to the pineal gland, but cleansing out just the whole nasal cavity? There's massages that literally cleanse out your nasal cavity. All right, sometimes, yeah, you got to pamper yourself. Okay, you got to go get massages to get the lymphatic system moving. You got to get facial massages to get the, nasal cavities cleared out. All right. You got to do yoga poses, putting yourself under stressful positions, okay, to make your body stronger and to also get shit moving and clear your nasal cavity out. Certain spices, we don't just eat them for the flavors. You got to eat them for the cleansing purposes of them, okay? Everything has a purpose, but are you using them the right way? Are you using them correctly? Okay? This breatharianism thing, okay? There's breathing techniques, because think about this. If you're stressed out and things, let's say you get into a situation where you get scared, you get shocked, right? You can trick your body by just slowing your breath down, and your heart rate will slow down, because when you're scared, what happens? You go, right? But you get that inhale, that deep breath in, right? But that deep breath in is now what happens? Now your heart starts racing. Now you start to breathe faster. And what happens? You get agitated, right? So take over your breath. This is where you go into manual mode. You see, because here's the thing. You even look at cars. An automatic car will consume more gas than a manual car, right? So go on manual mode and protect your energies. Because when you slow your breath down, okay, you trick the body, and now you could calm your body down. You could get rid of all the stress that your body just literally got presented with at that moment in time. You're in control. And whatever it is, you transmute that energy to whatever you want to your advantage. Okay? Stop depending on pills. Stop depending on shit outside of you when you could do this shit yourself. There's massages. There's and here's the funny part. Okay, when you take pollen, when you physically ingest pollen, okay, that actually prevents a lot of your allergic symptoms that you may have. Why is that? Because your body recognizes the pollen and builds a resistance to it, or builds a antibody to it, let's say. All right. Now, when you eat spices, they're meant to flush your juices out, okay? Your toxins out, whatever nasty filth you have up here, okay? So learn how to clean your nasal cavity out, okay? And you could be the best breatharian ever, because here's the thing. Veganism, what do they do now? It's still going to be money. They now sell you plastic to eat, okay? So they get you off the animal meat to sell you plastic meat. Imitation meat, which is made with plastic. And then you have now, don't be surprised if they try to start selling you air in a bottle off this breatharian thing. All right, use your head, man. Like, yeah, we lose our minds through meditation, but sometimes we got to use our minds here to really start to use our common senses. Okay, use the common sense. All right, flush your system out. Okay, clean your system out. You're going to get rid of plaque and mucus out of your colon. The same fucking mucus that's stuck up here is going to come out too. See, because here's the thing. What you eat has a direct connection to your mind. That's why you have that gut and your mind is connected. But there's a disconnect, okay? Because the breath is not working properly. If you really look at where the breath, first of all, there's a filtration system that prevents the garbage to get into your lungs. Okay? But now we have all this excess hair growing in our nose, right? And if you think about it, right, look at where the main points in our body that grow hair are where the major lymphatic nodes are, like under your armpits, okay? Your neck area, the major lymphatic nodes are here. That's why when you get sick, these get swollen because the body's trapping bacteria, and by the groin area, okay? Look at where you grow hair, right under your armpits, by your groin area, which is your pubic hair, and you grow all the hair here. Right? But look at how women don't have that. But look at babies though. Do babies really have all that nose hair? Do babies really have all that body hair? Right? So what is the real function of hair? Right? Because here's the thing. People, if you have long ass beards, you actually, and this is fact, you can look this up. There's more bacteria and filth in a beard than in a public toilet. Okay? That's how much bacteria and garbage is collected in the beard. Okay? But now they sell you beard oil, they sell you beard conditioner, because everything's about just moving the money around and just consuming and spending that money. Go to work and keep spending that money. All right? You could heal yourself with energy. The energy is in the air. If your nasal cavity is not clear, you're not going to fucking inhale any energy. Simple as that. Okay? Now, here's another thing. If a car is on idle, let's say, right? Let's say if I'm driving my car, the headlights are on, everything is going. The alternator charges the battery, okay? But what happens if I shut the engine off and just keep my headlights on? My battery's gonna die, right? So why do you think that when you go to the gym, you feel more energized? Why do you think that when you put your body under certain stresses, you can still feel more energized? The stress that kills you is the stress of worry. The food that kills you is the food that causes itis that the body can't metabolize. But notice how when you eat a fertile raw egg, you can feel like you took 10 shots of espresso. When you eat an apple, you can actually get energy from an apple. Okay? Because it's life force. There's life force in the air. Okay? But the filters are blocked. What happens? They cause mucus that crust up, and then it can't go in there. People, when you sleep, look at when people sleep. They start snoring. They can't even breathe. You got sleep apnea, which is horrible for your testosterone and your hormone levels, whether you're a man or a woman. All right. Now I went all over the place in this video, but this video is basically to really get you to do some research. There's many videos out there on how to cleanse your nasal cavity. I recommend you do it with your own waters. Okay? With your own waters, because there's salt and water solution, but then again, people use the inorganic water with the inorganic minerals, and putting that up their nose doesn't really do anything. Okay? And the way that you really want to do this is with the most sterile liquid that you could find, and at room temperature, the perfect temperature of your body, which is your water. Okay? Everything is in the mind too. Everything's in the mind. So don't fall for another ism. Veganism, vegetarianism, this ism. Come on, because at the end of the day, everything is just you, but you're letting others tell you how to do it. So get off the autopilot and really get into manual mode, okay? And do what works for you. But you're going to know what works for you when you're clean. Because when you're not clean, you're still under many influences, okay? Because there's aliens in your body, okay? Influencing your brain, to your thoughts, because they're putting you in a certain frequency and vibration. So it all comes down to you cleansing out first. And when you cleanse, okay, this is why when you fast, they say, oh, what you break your fast with is very important. And the reason why is because you no longer have the invasion of aliens in your body that break that food down. So you're not going to really be able to metabolize the food properly. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just, cleanliness is next to godliness. But the cleanliness that people think about cleaning their house and their cars, that's not the cleanliness. All right, it's really you going on manual mode and manually knowing how to properly operate this machinery so that you can, this is knowing yourself physically. And when you get to know yourself physically, you'd be surprised how much spiritually you get to know who you fuck you are too. So let's do this.